Our content objective is I will be able to identify time on an analog clock to the hour, half hour, and quarter hour and represent it on a number line.
Hey guys, we're here to talk about time. Now, what you first need to tell time is a clock. Not all clocks are digital, and it's important that you're able to tell time because you'll see clocks like this all over the world. Let's take a look. So, you can see I've got that blue hand there. That is my minute hand because if you notice as I start to turn, there's a smaller one. The smaller one represents the hour, the big one represents the minute. So I've started there at 12. The big hand covers up the hour hand. So the minutes are covering up the hours there. So we know it's either 12 a.m. or 12 p.m., midnight or noon. As I go around, they're spaced evenly throughout the clock. Now each jump is 5 minutes. So, are you ready to count with me? We're going to count by fives as we go around the clock. We're only going to count the 5 once we hit that number. Ready? Count with me. 5. Oh, I didn't hear all of you. Let's try that again. We'll go back. All right, everybody together. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 25. I caught you. 30, 35, 40, 45, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. All right, now we started at 12 o'clock, which was either 12 p.m. or 12 a.m., depending on the time of day. Now what time would it be? Did you say 13 o'clock? Well, military time possibly, but for our learning and for our time telling, we're going to say 1 o'clock. It's either 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. All right, so now I'm going to go to 1. You're going to shout it out. Your teacher may call on you rather than, or we can pause. Let's just shout one out. So we're going to go, let's see. All right, what time is it? Some of you said 2:15. Not 2:15. Some of you said 2:45. Closer, but you were still off. If you notice, as my minutes, so right now we're back at 1 o'clock. But notice what happens to the hour hand. It will slowly make its way down to the 2. We're still in 1 o'clock because we haven't passed that 2. There's 1:30. So we were at 1:45. Okay, where a lot of people tend to mess up on time telling is when we are getting close to the next hour. A lot of people, well, let's see, first, go ahead and shout it out. What time is showing now? Heard a couple of mixed answers. I did hear some 2:45s, but or 2:55, excuse me, but you were right on the minutes because it is on 55, but notice we haven't gone past there. When we're closer to when we're at 1:55, we're closer to 2 o'clock than we are to 1 o'clock. So if the hour or the minute hand is close to the top of the hour, we know that we're going to be close to the next time. So we're still in that previous hour. So we are at 1:55. All right. I'm going to give you a couple. Let me turn it real quick so you can't see. No peeking. No peeking. Let's see. Ready? Write it down on your whiteboard. Teacher's going to press pause. We're going to check to see if you can tell what time it is. All right, my geniuses. If you were to do this, you would have known that, yes, we're not past the 5 yet, but we are after the 4. So we know it's 4:30. I'll give you another one. Now that's half past 4. So half past 4 would be 4:30. Because you know there's how many minutes in an hour? Everybody, how many minutes in an hour? That's right, 60 minutes in an hour. One whole evolution around the clock is 1 hour. All right, I'm going to give you another one. I'm going to give you a quarter. Yeah, a quarter. Let's see if you know those. Remember, There's 4 quarters and a dollar, but we can break the clock into 4 quarters. The top of the hour is one of them. Ready? Go. What time is it? All right. Were you able to do it? Maybe your teacher pressed pause. Maybe she just took you shouting out the answer. But let's look. So, we know, yes, we are definitely just a little bit past the 6. So we know it's 6 because we're not there. And we're closer to the top of the hour than the end of the hour. So, it would be 6:15, which is a quarter after 6. Ready for another one? Let's see, let's do, oh, I like this one. See if we can trick them. See if we can trick them. Ready? Go. What time is it? Oops. What time is it? Okay, either we press pause. If not, we might have had to shout it out. However, I can look here and see I'm between 9 and 8. Now, if I'm in between an hour, it goes to the other one. So anytime I'm in between, it goes to the lower number. So we know it's 8:30, which is 8:30. 8:30. Okay, one more, and then we're gonna look at our timeline here. Did you know that you can do a clock on a number line as well? Well, I'm gonna show you how. Okay, here's our clock. I told you one more. Ooh, give them a hard one. Yes, a hard one. You need a hard one. Because you need to be able to tell it when it's a harder time. Okay. Go. Your teacher will either press pause or have you shout them out. If you press pause, press it now. All right. Were you able to solve it? Okay. I can look here and see it's between 12 and 1, but I know 12 is a bigger number, but that's the top of the hour, so I'm going to go back. So it is 12:45, or 3 quarters, because actually a quarter hour is 15 minutes, so every 15. So that'd be 15, 30, and 45. So straight across and straight up and down. That's how you know your quarter and your half hour or your quarter hour. So 2 quarters past an hour would be 30, 3 quarters would be 45, or a quarter till would still be 45. Quarter after, 15. Let me give that again. A quarter after would be 15. A quarter till would be 45. You'll hear those on some of your test questions. So, quarter till would be 45. Quarter after would be 15. All right, so let's take a look. If I were to tell time on here, and I solved it correctly, I can see it's between the 12 and the 1. We're closer to the new hour, so I know it's going to be the 12:45, okay? Quarter till, quarter after. 45 is a quarter till, 15 is a quarter after. All right, so now let's take a look at our number line up here so that we can put some times on here. We have got, as you can see, our timeline here. We've got 12 midnight here and 12 midnight there. The reason being, time runs continuously, correct? So I can label each and every one of these. So I've got 12 midnight, I've got 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12. Ooh, here's a tricky one. This is where it changes. So remember now, we've got 12 midnight and 12 midnight. What do you think the other 12 will be? 12 what? Go ahead and write it on your board. We're going to press pause to see how many of you know it without telling your neighbor. All right, press pause. I'm back, aren't you glad? All right, so, yes, you are glad I'm back. 12 a.m. Yes, it's going to be 12 p.m. but we would also call that 12 is also known as noon. So we've got 12 p.m. is noon, 12 a.m. is midnight. All right, you've got one of these too. Let's go ahead and let's finish filling this out. So if we're at 12 p.m., now we're at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4. I'm just going to write the numbers now until we get up to there. 5, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and 11 p.m., followed by 12 a.m. So, start to finish. Start at 12 midnight, end at 12 midnight. That is a full day, one full calendar day. And I'm back. Okay, now, we're going to do a little something different now. We know now there's 9, 10 p.m., all of those. But what happens in between? I'm going to say right here between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Your teacher's going to press pause. So between 10 and 11 a.m., what time would be the very middle? All right, hopefully you were able to solve that because you guys are geniuses. I know you are. So halfway between, or half past 10, would be 10:30. And that's a.m. because we're before noon. So 10:30 a.m. On the clock, I want you to shout out when I get to 10:30 a.m. All right? Can you do it? Okay, tell me when I'm at 10:30. So we're here at 9:30. Now remember, you're going to shout out when I get to 10:30 a.m. Correct, 10:30 a.m. So we are between, we should be about halfway between the 10 and the 11 because we're halfway to the next hour. So 10:30. All right, good job. All right, but now let's think. Let's look, and you know what? Let me do this just a little bit bigger down here. I'm going to do it right here so you can see it a little better. We're going to say this was 10 a.m. This was 11 a.m. We marked our 10:30 a.m., which was halfway between the two. All right, but now let's see if you remembered your quarter hours. So a quarter after 10. So what would be a quarter past 10? Go ahead and write it on your board. We're going to press pause. We'll see how many of you got it. Quarter past 10 would be what? All right, my geniuses. If you knew that's going to be halfway between 10 and 10:30, and 30 divided by 2, you may be able to do that, you may not. But I would look and see what's halfway. And if you remember when we practice it, a quarter after would be 10:15 a.m. Okay, now I want you to tell me what's a quarter till 11. Quarter till 11. Press pause. We'll be right back. All right, were you able to do it? Quarter after 10 would be right here because it's, or quarter till 11, sorry, quarter till 11. Sometimes McCoy messes with my head and makes me say the wrong numbers. No more, McCoy. Don't mess with my head. All right, so we got 10, 10:15, 10:30, and then 10 what? 45 would be a quarter till 11. All right, guys, good job. You've got a timeline we may have you fill out, but we may also have you do your homework first, depending on how our time is going today. So remember to pay attention to the directions. Make sure you click submit.
In this lesson, you have learned how to identify time on an analog clock and represent it on a number line.